Choupo Moting misses out of Rigobert Song's 27-man squad. There was a friendly, Cameroon versus Russia, a couple of months ago, when Choupo Moting actually declined a call because of injury. I don't know what transpired, because a couple of days after, he requested to rejoin the team that was supposed to play Senegal. Song turned it down. Moting at age 34 would definitely not get the send-off many prayed for. Will this be costly for Rigobert Song? Now let's take a look at the profile of the player. Great finisher that can play as a center forward. That's what he does for Bayern Munich. He can also play as a supporting striker. We saw him and Abubakar combine together in Qatar, and he's been doing that for the Cameroon national team. He's very creative in tight spaces, links up well, the midfield with the attack. Now, the downside, he's 34 years old, so he doesn't have the legs anymore to move up and down the field. But he can actually come off the bench and give that much needed spark as a creative player. With Mbeumo out injured, we know the outlet was always now Mbeumo down to the right. Ngamelo did not also make the squad. Now we have Nkudu to rely on, and the reason I'm calling Nkudu, in 17 matches he has 14 goals and 4 assists in the Saudi League. Looks like the man that can provide some spark onto the offense, that can feed the strikers. Now he also has to count on the midfield, where we're having Cham, Anguissa, Cayman. The team, as earlier mentioned, is on an average age of 24, so it's getting younger. So you can understand why maybe a 34-year-old Choupo Moting doesn't actually make the squad. So now with a younger squad, I expect some physicality, lots of energy. And without Choupo Moting, where will that creativity actually come from? Because we got to play teams that will maybe sit behind and defend against Cameroon. If you look in our group, the only team that I believe will attack Cameroon is Senegal. All the other teams will actually sit deep and count on maybe counter-attack. They will not actually come out to attack Cameroon like that. So you will need, in tight spaces, you will need that creativity. And which, when you look at the profile like Choupo Moting, he is that type of player that can actually create coming from deep or in tight spaces in order to link up with the strikers. When you look at a guy like Toke Kambi, he doesn't connect very much with the strikers. He's always like trying to run, his head is down. So Abubakar, where will he actually get service from? Where will the service at age 31? Will it be Clinton J? Will it be Kudu, as I said? Now Rigobert Song is the coach, and he has the ideas. The players he called, he has a better understanding of them. He knows their profile better. But when I do my research and look, I don't really see a player that's as creative as Choupo Moting. A veteran player at 34 that can bring lots of experience. It will be curious. We are 2 weeks away from the African Nations Cup. Everybody's talking about the absence of Choupo Moting. It's a big disappointment for the player that might have want to go on another adventure with the Lions, since this will be his last at 34 years old. Now, thanks for watching. This was 19.5, presented to you by True Life.